Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's me, Yanni Jolie. So you guys, I did just film a video, so if you see me in the same outfit in another video, that just means I was filming a lot this day, which I really am. I'm filming like 3 videos today. But I just finished filming my experience with nail school, and so I was just like, I should probably just film a video on my experience with state board and how that whole process went, because when I tell you I was so nervous leading up to it and stressed out, but it was all worth it. Before we get into the video, make sure you guys hit the like button and also subscribe if you want to see more of my videos. Go ahead and leave a comment or any video suggestions that you guys have. And also follow my social medias, they're in the description as well as on the screen. And without further ado, let's get into this video. So this video is going to be all about the nail technology, state board, whatever you guys want to call it. I recently got my license September of 2020. So in order to take state board, there's 2 parts to it. There's the written portion of the test, and then there's the practical portion. You take the written portion of it first, and then once you take that one, you sign up for your practical, and you have to pass both of them. So they actually let you know right after if you pass or not, which is really good, because you know, you don't want to be waiting just to find out if you passed or failed or not. But for the written portion, there's like over 100 questions, and it's timed. You have a good amount of time to take it. I don't know how long you have. Maybe like I know you have over an hour. Maybe 2-3 hours, something like that. You have a good amount of time to make sure that you finish. But it's 100 plus questions, like 110 questions. All of what you covered in nail school, basically all of what was in this book right here, basically. And what my instructor told me, which is very much true, is that a lot of the exam focuses on the like infection control portion and sanitation procedures and all of that. So just make sure that you know those. That's one of the main things that's really stressed when you're going to nail school, just because that's so important. And then another portion of the exam that I wasn't ready for or prepared is your state's rules and regulations as far as doing nails. So I forgot that that's a part of the exam, but that is a part of the exam. So make sure whichever state that you're getting your nail license in, make sure you look over what the rules and regulations are, because each state is different, because that will be on the exam as well. I did pass, you guys. I passed my first time, thank God, because I was nervous. And like I said, you find out right away. You have to get over 75%, right? I did really good, you guys. Like, I was like, oh my gosh. And if you do like fail on your first time or anytime after that, I believe there is a fee to take it again. But I mean, it's okay. Just pay the fee and then make sure you study and then take it again. They don't tell you like what you got wrong. They just tell you your score. So if you know like which questions or areas that you didn't know as well, then just make sure you go back and study those over again. And so once I passed the written, guys, I don't have COVID, but I just had like a little scratch in my throat. So once you take the written test and you pass, then you can go ahead and schedule for the practical exam. And both of the exams you have to pay a fee for. I think you pay them together. The total cost of taking both of them was $172. And so after I passed the written one, then I went and took the practical, and you schedule them like 2 weeks apart or something. There's a period of time that you have to where you take your written and your practical. I think the longest period is like 6 months to a year in between each time. So you don't have to take them like back to back. You have like a period of time to where you can take it. But like I said, I wanted my license, so I was like, I need to do this as soon as possible. So as soon as I passed, I was like, let me go ahead and schedule this practical. So I took them within like 2 weeks of each other. And so yeah, as far as the practical, they don't give you any of the supplies that you need to take the exam. So you have to make sure you provide everything, and there's specific things that you need to get. And whatever nail school that you went to, your instructor should give you the little sheet that DPOR has for everybody. I think that's the name of the agency or whatever. But they give you a list of supplies and items, and it details the procedures that you're going to be taken through. It's 6 different procedures that you're taken through in the practical exam, and they give you all the supplies that you'll need. So you just make sure you get them ahead of time. The main thing that I will say is make sure that you guys get the right kind of monomer, of odorless monomer. You need to have odorless monomer when you take the practical exam, because you won't be able to take that portion of the exam when you go to take the test, because before you take the actual exam, the officials, they go around and check everybody's monomer and everything to make sure that it's state qualified or whatever. And you have to make sure it's unsealed, so make sure it's a brand new odorless monomer kit. And my instructor showed me the exact one to get that is approved by the state. So I just made sure I picked that up from Sally's, and I was good to go. But that day when I went there, there was someone in the nail room who didn't have the right kind. Either that or it was already open, and so she wasn't allowed to take that portion of the exam. And like, you can still pass, I believe, if you don't have it, because each portion has different points that you're allowed to get. And so, but she couldn't get those points. And so if you can't get those points, then you have to do really well on the other portions to make up for those points lost if you don't have the right kind of monomer. So the 6 things that you go over in the practical exam is the sanitation process, like before you have any services. Then it's the manicure process, and then I think it's sanitation process again, but cleaning up for a new client or something. Then it's tip application, and then it's the sculptured nail application using odorless monomer. And then the last one is a blood spill procedure, like in case there's a cut or anything. So the way my instructor did it, she made sure that I practiced beforehand, like each different procedures, so that I was ready and I knew what to do when the exam came, because they only go over instructions like once, and you have to make sure you follow instructions, because if you don't, like, they'll deduct points and everything. Like, make sure you do exactly what they tell you to do. Like, if they don't tell you to clean up, don't clean up and everything. Yeah, just make sure you guys read that sheet that you're given before you take the exam. Your instructor will give it to you, most likely. But make sure you read it in entirety, because it tells you everything that you need to do, need to have, so that you can pass the exam. Yeah, those are the 6 things that they basically test you on in the practical exam. I was really nervous when I went in to go take it, because, I mean, it's an exam, so you're going to be nervous any kind of exam you take, especially one where it's like state board. I went in, you have, oh, I forgot, each section is timed when you do the procedures. I think it's like 10 minutes. It's roughly 8 to 10 minutes, but whatever, it depends on which section you're doing at the time, but it's between 8 to 10 minutes, which is plenty of time for you to get like the procedure done. Yeah, if you practice and you know what you're doing, then just go in there with confidence, and I promise you, you'll be fine. Like, you'll be okay. Just go in there with confidence and practice. The main thing I definitely worked on when doing the state board or preparing for the state board was the sculptured nail with odorless monomer, because if you've worked with odorless monomer, you know that that does not set as fast as the regular kind of monomer. Odorless monomer takes, like, it feels like light years for it to fully set. And so you have to know when to start maneuvering the acrylic so that you can get a smooth application. And so I spent a lot of time working on that. But when I went to the actual exam, it was fine. Like, my sculpture nail came out really good. I still have it, I think, because I had to get a little mannequin hand that I could work on. Let me show y'all, hold on. So yeah, this is the little hand that I had for state board. And so this is the finger they had us do the blood spill procedure on. This is the finger they had us do the tip application. And then this finger is the sculpted nail. And as you can see, this looks really good. Like, look, y'all. My apex is a little off, but I wasn't really going for that. I was just trying to make sure, like, you know, it looked pretty good. And I was so happy with myself. I did it in the time frame, and it came out really nice and smooth. That looks good if you ask me. But yeah, this is the little hand I had to use at state board. This little hand right here. And y'all, I was so scared because literally like 2 days or a few days before the state board exam, I had accidentally, I was practicing the Odorless Monomer, and I don't know why I thought it would be able to come off the tip, but I got it stuck on one of these tips, and I had to fully remove the entire nail tip and put a whole new one on for state board, because there's a specific kind of mannequin hand that you have to have. And I was like, I don't have time to get a whole new one. So I was like stressing out, texting my nail instructor like, I just made a mistake, what do I do? But thankfully everything worked out. So long story short, state board is nothing to be like nervous or worried about. Obviously you're gonna be nervous, but you'll do fine if you're prepared and that you practice. You'll do okay. Just like I said, double check and make sure that you have all the supplies that you need, because they don't give you any of that. And follow all the instructions that you get on the sheet that your instructor will give you prior to scheduling for the practical exam. So you guys, that wraps up this video. If you liked it, please be sure to give it a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button if you guys want to see more of my face. Also, leave a comment or ask any questions that you have, and I'll be sure to answer them. Let me know if I missed anything or if you have just any questions. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you on my next video. Bye guys.